My work with NDTi is important to me because it means that I get to advocate for autistic people, not just myself, but other autistic adults, some autistic adults that can't speak up for themselves, that are very, very vulnerable. I learned that I was autistic later in life. And that mean I'd been through so many challenges already at that point with understanding myself. And now I'm 30, I'm looking back and I'm thinking all the things that could have been done to make my life better and easier. And with NDTi, I feel like I'm making that change for other people, for the next generation, to make their lives easier, to make this world a more just and fairer place. And I cannot understate how powerful and meaningful it is to do that.
I think that NDTi have a really good policy and really good framework in terms of co-production. I feel like co-production is something that should really be integral to a lot of programs, especially when the support and when the help is being given to a marginalized group. It's important that their voices and what their needs and that the type of support that they need is highlighted.
We worked as a team, so we made plans on questions that we need to ask. We just did lots of planning, whether it was training or whether it was research or also facilitating. It's helped others understand the other side, so for example, understand us as autism and learn disability, how we see things. It takes time to get your voices heard. You don't know what your rights are. It's important to make sure they understand what their rights are.
Can you tell me what projects you've worked on with NDTi?
Preparing for adulthood and sensory-friendly older home.
And can you tell me how you feel you contributed to those projects?
By being properly listened to and meeting new people.
What do you think needs to happen next?
I think this project should be implemented in every hospital in the country.
Then I worked with NDTi on a number of different projects, and I have to say that NDTi is committed to true co-production rather than it just being a tick box exercise. NDTi has co-produced on a variety of different projects. For example, amongst a lot of other initiatives, it has developed training material for professionals, it has delivered and discussed residential trips where young people are involved and are supported to have their voice heard at meetings, and it has also produced informative material for other parents and carers.
At NDTi, we've been working with young people to encourage them to build their confidence and feel able to help inform the projects that we develop. And last week we had our first training session that was designed and delivered by young people themselves.
I feel included because I am able to give my opinions and make my own decisions. So now I am more confident at lots of things.
Bit by bit, they've developed confidence and been able to become part of our organisation and inform our work and develop new ideas, suggest things that actually are far more appropriate for young people than any of us could, or I could certainly think of.
That work that I do, it makes change. I get to see that change. I get to be a part of that change. I get to see that my suggestions are taken on board and actioned and adopted everywhere. I don't want people to go through the same things that I did and that I still do. I want their lives to be better. And that's why I do this work.